which pretty much just play any of the content in any level. But we'll be doing traditional because this is going to be from a free, free to play aspect. So when you create a class, you actually different from the first one where it was just kind of all thrown at you. You actually can determine an archetype. So fighters are going to be your, your tank classes, your stuff like your guardians, berserkers, bruisers, monk, paladin, shadow knight. These are going to be your one-handed shield characters or two-handed characters. Priests are going to be, your healers, essentially. Anything that can do any kind of healing. Mage, wizard, warlock, sorcerer, illusionist, conjurer, necromancer. Things that use, intelligence as their main stat. And then you got the scout, which is going to be a lot of, your bards, rogues, rangers, stuff like that. So, for the purpose of today's stream, we are going to go down the mage archetype. I think we're going to do definitely. I think we might do warlock. I think that'll be fun. Yeah, we'll do a warlock. So then, once you select your class, you now come into the race, and now even this is much more laid out better than it was in the original, in the first EverQuest, because now you can actually choose an alignment. If you want to be good, you have choices of dwarf, high elf, halfling, the wood elf, the fae, or the froglock, which are, once again, the frog people make a return in EverQuest 2. And then you also have the Vashir, which if you are if you have a race pack, you can be them, which I assume also comes with a couple of these other paid ones here in the neutral. So in neutral, you have the Arlek. Is a rat. You can be a rat now. You can be a barbarian. You got your humans, your half elves, your gnomes, your Kirai, your free blood, and then over in the evil, you have the RC, which are going to be I'm going to guess the evil version of the Fae. You got the dark elf, the Iskar, the ogre, the troll, and some kind of weird dragon thing. And of course, everything can be male and female. So, I think just to keep it within what we did, we will make ourselves a froglock. So, we'll make ourselves male. And even here, they kind of have a little more in-depth of a character. He doesn't really have a brow. Oh, you can kind of... Ooh, yeah, look at that. He looks all mean. Oh, you can give him some real DSLs. Give him some... We'll make him look 2004. But so, basically, EverQuest 2 wasn't a game I played. Mainly because it came out at the same time that Warcraft did. World of Warcraft. And that's probably the game I've played for the last 15 plus years now. So, ooh, size. Well, I could be small or large. That will be large. There we go. So this was actually never a game that I had on my radar. Let's see here. You can choose. See, now this is even cool. You can choose a starting city. I think we will choose New Halls. Is that how that works? Do I choose one? Oh, down here. New Halls next. And then we'll select my name. Very original. Yes, yes. We are a good warlock. And this is where we select server. So this is where y'all get to come in. You cannot see that because of my camera. But we are going to be on the Skyfire server for EverQuest. What? Find an extra end. Cool. Here, oh, it turned me naked. Oh, cool. They're both on. I subconsciously put them both on the Skyfire server. Go me. Alright, hold on. Game is having... Oh, here it goes. Loading in. Alright, here we go. Got some nice, like, fantasy music in the background right now. Oh, here we go. Alrighty. Import. Oh yeah, we'll just. Okay, so that's cool. You can already import settings if you have another character. Ooh, okay, we're gonna turn the game down. Holy hell, Batman. Where's the settings? Oh my god. Here we go. Hold on. Options. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Now that we turn that down, what do we got here? That's the teleport back home. This is sprint. What do we got? Dissolve inflicts 8 to 15 poison damage. And then this is a smite, which inflicts 4 damage. Okay, so already, first of all, if you've watched the EverQuest 1 video I did, there's already so much more about this that is better than the first one. That's more, you know, just quality of life. First of all, it's actually having an actual, you know, AI or an actual, you know, NPC interface here. Oh, you're awakened then. I was worried about you there for a while, Grincane. Who are you? I don't remember that. Thanks for the help. Not if we attack. That's great. You know, actually having, you know, a quest UI too. Or quest, yeah, UI? Yeah, that's the right word. Streamline, or combat's not as bad as it is in the first one. Hold on. I didn't do this prior. Oh. You still have to make sure you are auto-hitting them. There we go. Gotta plug my headphones in. But I have not played a caster yet. I've mainly been playing melee. Or at least the melee I'm playing is a mix of spells and combat arts, which is what they call their melee in this game. So I don't really know how I'm going to like caster. But I can already tell I might enjoy EverQuest 2 a little more just because they're actually, you know, putting work into this game, unlike EverQuest 1. As per like a Facebook or Twitter post I just saw, that they just released their 2023 roadmap. So if you are a new player thinking about getting into EverQuest 2 in 2023, it looks like they are still supporting the game, so it might, you know, might be worth doing. Interrupts targets and area effect, inflicts on target and area effect. I do this. Okay, so alright, that's cool. Whoa, you're finally awake, huh? Yeah, and my muscles are a bit stiff. And I heard you can use some help. So I will say, just generally, you know, accepting quests, doing quests, just talking to the NPCs feels much more better in this game. I'd like to learn about collections. What happened next? Okay. Oh. Okay. I don't know what all that was, but oh well. Combat trainer. So I can help outposts. Not like I didn't just kill a couple things. Oh my god, do I really have to? Okay. Is that it? Okay. Can I just... Do I have to hit these people? Oh, defeat a sparring okay. A sparring partner. Oh, yeah. Oh, go get it. Fucking flexing on them hoes. Flexing all the haters. Alright. Tutorial learning to harvest. Yeah, I defeated my opponent. I bet your muscles aren't so stiff after their... What? After her training lesson? Oh, yeah. We'll fall around here. Wait, is it orcs? And we must face them. I didn't read what it was. Put that on, because that's new. It's just nothing I can use yet. Okay. Also, actually having a bag system, you know. So, it definitely feels like once you get into EverQuest 2, this is when it starts feeling like other MMOs that you may or may not have played. This is when it definitely starts to feel familiar in ways, but still have its own little quirk to it. Might as well do this to learn how to do this. I have unread mail. How do I see that? Where do I see mail? Wait, what? Where? Oh, this is also cool that they kind of send you a cool thing for joining EverQuest 2. And then also, what is this? You get some kind of elixir. Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize they still have the amazing frog walk animation. That's all that. I do like that basically every character has gathering professions, and it's just up to you on what you want to gather and craft. Let's see how well this works here. Oh, that's interesting. That's another cool thing. If you don't know what language the creature's talking, it does just look like jumbled mess. Ooh, hit him. Ooh, I got him. So far, Caster isn't that bad. This is literally only 2 levels into the game, and these, you know. So we'll see. Okay, that guy just dropped. Ooh, level 3. Yeah, because if you know the one thing I had an issue with the other EverQuest was not either knowing or figuring out how to get spells, which then I realized after playing for a little bit longer. Yeah, is it? I've actually never played, like, until maybe as of this week and then actually doing this stream now. I've never actually played EverQuest 2. So this is definitely my first time playing it, and it feels it feels familiar. You want me to kill more? I had something else in mind, the barricade or holding back the orcs. So I'm hoping that I also have a level 15 Shadow Knight that I've been working on, but I wanted to have something start fresh to kind of show what the beginning of something looks like, but also having a caster character at the same time. Wait, what? What am I supposed to be doing? Not paying attention. Oh, I have to go gather wood from back here. Okay. I mean, it definitely still kind of feels like a game from 2004. Like, that's for sure. But it definitely at least feels more like an MMO that they actually care about continuing, I guess, to kind of keep that whole rivalry with them coming out right before WoW did. And honestly, I just recently stopped playing WoW as well. So I've kind of just been in the market to look for some new MMOs to play and see if I can't just find something that'll rekindle my love for MMOs. Yeah, I started with EQ1. I didn't do enough research before going into it, and the combat just felt a little slow in the beginning. Like during the tutorial, the first character I played, I didn't really know how to buy spells and where to get my spells and how it worked. Since then, I do understand it more and have played more EQ1. Because I do kind of want to get into, both of them or see which one will kind of catch my interest more. As far as at least just having something that's familiar, this just feels the most like it does to stuff like WoW and all those other ones that have come out as of recent. Oh, well, I feel bad for this guy. Oh, that's cool. Like, this is definitely different than... If I feel like I would have started with this before I ever started with WoW back in the day, I think I would have been with this for a long while. Because it's... The beginning part isn't hard. Hold on. See, and abilities. Also, being able to be a necromancer, like, come on. Who doesn't want to play a necromancer? Time is perfect. We need someone to light the signal fire atop the cliff to the east. Sounds easy, I'll do it. Venture east and you'll find an opposing wall of ice. Yeah, I'll do it. So, I guess there's also player housing in this game? Because I keep getting stuff for, like, houses, but I'm never knowing where that is. Is this... Put that? Cool. Yeah, but I have a 15 Shadow Knight, I think it's called. Yeah, the Shadow Knight, and then I have this Warlock that I'm just kind of testing out, and I actually have a... I'm going to edit this down and put a video up on Monday for it. Kind of, what does it look like at a free-to-play aspect of playing EverQuest 2? Because I've always, like, heard for... Yeah, yeah, BC was good. My favorite expansion was Wrath. Wrath of the Lich King was by far my favorite expansion. It just kind of the whole atmosphere of it. I just WoW came to a point where I can get to max level pretty quick, and I wasn't having fun in it anymore. And I time to time have always delved into other MMOs, or I even have had EverQuest installed every now and again, but never just, let's actually sit down and play it type thing. Now that I've just kind of been back into looking for a new MMO, and since New World didn't really work out, I figured why not come back to something I played. Like, I played EverQuest 1 way back in the day with my my dad and all that. My first ever character was actually a frog. It's where I remember playing as the frogs, and I just remember EverQuest 1 being so different than what I guess I just also can you not climb ropes like this? Hold on, I want to climb. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Oh, this is slow. Oh. But I mean, just from the little bit I've played of the Shadow Knight, and even just this, I mean, I'm definitely enjoying EverQuest 2. That's for sure. I'm probably gonna try to stick with this for at least a little bit, as just my, my MMO of choice until I either, get bored of it, or I actually kind of delve into it further. Who knows? Because I have a tendency of being to the point of MMOs where I have max characters and I'm doing max level content and trying to be the best I can and do it. Which would be nice to do it in this game and see some of the end game stuff. I just gotta, gotta get there. What am I doing up here? Oh, light the signal fire. There we go. Oh, they didn't like that. I didn't see what these were. What's this? Oh, cool. A shield. Yeah. Can I not? Oh, I can't see that target. That's why. There we go. Line of sight. Gotta love LOS. Yeah, what I've heard is most of the player base on EQ1 is behind some of the membership stuff. Because I just, I definitely remember another game that would be fun to get back into is Age of Camelot. I want to see if there's a way to get back into that game. That's another old MMO that I used to play. Dark Ages of Camelot. Wow, that's an old one. But yeah, like the frog was the first ever character I made and the first race I played, and every time I have memories of EverQuest, I just have memories of running around as some kind of frog. Just kind of hanging out and mainly just sticking near my dad, because my dad really was the, in the guild doing end game stuff. I was just, hey, I'm here, I'm hanging out, I like to be a part. Yeah, that game was another one that there was a short period of time that my dad had someone he was playing with that just kept jumping from MMO to MMO, and that was another one. And every time they would play one, I would just kind of play it as well. And yeah, Dark Age of Camelot was another one that I remember spending time on. I just wish some of these other ones stuck more than, WoW did, because for me, the past 16-ish years have been putting into WoW. I mean, at one point I had, max level character. Every time an expansion came out, I was like right there doing everything. you know, trying to do raiding. It wasn't until recently that I got into classic raiding when classic came out, and it just got to a point that I couldn't sink that time into WoW anymore. It just wasn't getting enjoyable. Also just didn't have the people to play with. I didn't have most of my friends weren't playing WoW anymore. They all kind of jumped ship or couldn't afford the subscription anymore. So that's when I started searching for free-to-play stuff to see if I can't get them into it. And then they just kind of all stuck with, ooh. See, this is another cool thing right here. Okay, after I get frozen. But being able to find the level up to your spells in the open, in the wild, is really nice. Like, it's a really cool touch. I want to move this up here, because those are my buffs. Which, speaking of which, is that on? Yeah, it's on. Cool. I mean, and the nice thing is, even... yeah, especially in MMOs, because it could very much so make or break the experience. And the good thing is, like, even just noticing with EverQuest 2's leveling here for the short bit I've been doing it from like 1 to 15, and even this character, is it doesn't feel like it drags on. It doesn't feel like leveling takes forever to do. It just, it like in most MMOs, leveling just feels like a chore, and you just, you have to push through it. It feels like a grind. Where at least so far in EverQuest 2, at least they do a really good job at making you feel like you're making a difference, as well as you're getting a good amount of XP as you're going. Now this repellent potion apply on the... Oh, okay, I can test the new repellent on some of these guys. That's cool. I have to take a look back at the roadmap, because that was another thing that kind of made me come over to maybe try EverQuest 2, was the fact that it actually looking like they are continuing production, or at least continuing updates on EverQuest 2. I don't know so much about EQ1, because it would be nice to be able to like just kind of hop between the two whenever I want. I still might. Begins a heroic opportunity. Must be engaged in combat. That's interesting. I still feel like I have so much to learn in this game, though. And that's always like the fun part, is when I'm playing a game. Right. Yeah, and even just like the little I've done with both characters, yeah, how well they're implementing the story aspect of it, and okay, so they both are getting active updates. That's good, because I mean, it just the lackluster stuff that Blizzard does sometimes, it's hard to put faith in companies that anymore sometimes. But just the way this game feels and the way it's been playing and just everything else with it, I've just been enjoying. Because I made the mistake of the last one I did with EQ1. I didn't really put much time into it beforehand, before jumping into it and making the content I did on it. So this time I kind of played a little bit before going live and making a video, which is the 1 through 15, and just doing that, I was able to learn stuff about this game. But the fun part is actually being able to be so brand new into something that I'm just going to learn as much as I can from this game, and that excites me.